So, um, when you look at the end of the game and you see that, they didn't even try to run the football. They just stayed with the throwing game and did a nice job with it, and he completed a ton of passes and all. It was just an unusual football game in that regard. We just don't turn the ball over like that, but we did today, and they capitalized on all of it and just made us pay. So it was the kind of game that we're just not used to seeing, and we got to make sure and put that behind us and get rolling. We got a lot of season left. This is the game at the halfway point. Really disappointed that we finished. Whenever we finish anything and we didn't finish it right, it doesn't feel right. And so we got to get back to work and get going. We go right back into the division and all of that, and we have to bounce and get back on track. And so we'll see if we can pull that off.
Joe Fan?
Pete, is Quentin healthy? And what did you see from him today?
Yeah, he had a tough day. He was playing on a sore knee, and eventually we had to take him out. He just was hobbling. He tried to suck it up and keep going, but we need to get him out.
When you were seeing him, give up maybe 8 to 10 yards, seemingly every snap of cushion at the snap, was there a sense that maybe you should have taken him out sooner?
Not under these circumstances. No, we needed him to play today, and we need to help him more. There was some stuff he was by himself. We hung our guys out with things that we did, and it didn't work out for us.
Curtis Crabtree.
Yeah, Pete, it's a weird game in that you end up with 7 sacks, the most you've had in 7 years, but, the defense gets gashed as bad as it does there. How do you kind of look at that performance overall? What was going on early to allow so many free yards kind of running through your secondary and such?
Yeah, we made some, we gave them some stuff with some, misplay. We expected to play the stuff that we did play much better than we did, and it seemed like we were real loose on run after catch stuff as well. We did not plan to be off them as much as it wound up looking like, and that was not the plan. So we got to see why that happened. It's just such an out of character game across the board that I don't even recognize us.
Art Teal.
Pete Russ got sacked 5 times and hit another 11 times. What was Buffalo doing that was so effective and penetrating?
They did pressure effectively. They were willing to get after it and take their shots at us. We didn't pick some stuff up. We misplayed a couple things. We needed to get the ball out a couple times. There's a whole variety with that many shots. There's a whole variety of things that we could have done better. We were playing from behind the whole time, and they took advantage of it.
Ben Arthur.
With the issues you guys have had defensively to start the season, what gives you hope on that side of the ball?
All kinds of things give me hope. I'm like I just really I got to get back and watch the film, see what happened, see what everybody looked like. It's the first chance for us to see a few guys out there. We expected to get more of a boost than we did. I don't think it had anything to do with those guys at all. I just think it was the way that we executed today. We just gave them a lot of easy stuff, and after a while, when we had to change the way we were playing, then we did, and we got after the quarterback pretty well, but it wasn't enough. He did a really nice job, being resourceful, moving around and making plays. He made in the first half. It seemed like every time he moved, he made something happen, made a first down, which we'd seen him do, and all. But we didn't disrupt him anywhere near like we needed to. So what gives me hope is that we're going to get better, and we're going to do better, and. There's a lot of guys that played for the first time together, and so we got to see if we can improve ourselves in a lot of ways.
Jackie Montgomery.
Hey, Coach, you mentioned getting guys back. What are your first impressions of Dunlap and Jamal Adams?
Both guys played really hard. I don't know. I can't tell you yet until I watch the film on Carlos. There was some bright spots in there. He played a lot of football today, and so did Jamal. And that's a lot of plays for Jamal to play, and after four weeks off and all that. So see how he bounces back next week. He was very aggressive, and he was getting after it like he does and like he knows how to. And we just need to make it all come together much better than that.
Bob Condotta.
Yeah, Pete, what did you think of the running game and DJ Dallas? Did he have to come out for a little while, or what was going on there?
Just trying to see the other guys, get other guys to play too. Wanted to see Homer and get a couple shots from Alex, and kind of what we did. That's all. We're just mixing the guys.
Greg Bell.
Pete, can you describe where you are philosophically between blitzing and not blitzing and playing off and coming, and what's the balance, and when are you deciding to come and when you're not? Like today.
Well, I'm really great. Think of me answering that question. I can't answer that question because I'm telling you what we're thinking. But what I would say is that we weren't good enough and we weren't effective enough, and we definitely we found a way to be effective rushing the passer today by getting after him again, and we worked hard at that in the last few weeks. But it was the other stuff that wasn't as effective. I contributed a call that they hit the screen on it in 3rd and 15 and go down to the 3-yard line. So all the calls didn't work out quite right, as it happens sometimes. But that's just we have to keep bringing it together, and we got to make sure everybody can play and everybody's right and all that. I think Dunbar sucked it up today in a way that you probably don't recognize right now, because he looked like he was struggling. He was surviving a little bit more than we wanted to. We need to get Shaquille back out there to help us out, and we just need to help him more too. We didn't help him enough.
And quickly, your comment about the contract extension. Apparently, you agreed to it a little while ago, but why you might want to keep it quiet?
Why did we keep it quiet?
Well, why did you? What was the context of kind of this?
I think in all the years I've been here, we've never really talked about contracts, and I think it, for a gesture like this from Jody Allen and the organization and all, didn't. At a time when everybody's suffering and struggling and all that, it was something that has been in the works for a long time. We've been talking about for way before, all the issues that have happened, and so it finally came together. It just didn't feel like it needed to be talked about unless we had to, and so that's all.
And you intend to coach through 74th birthday?
Whatever it keeps rolling, whatever those years are, I don't know, whatever they are, I'm rolling.
Thank you.
5-year plan.
Brady Henderson.
Greg just asked my question. Just to pivot, did you suffer any other injuries today aside from Quentin dealing with the injury?
Yeah, we did a couple ankles today. KJ, DJ Reed twisted. We got to see how those turn out. Yeah, and Brian Monet had an ankle also, so we had it was a little bit of a run on ankles today. So we got to see. I think we don't know yet, so let's just wait on those. But we do know we had 3 guys sprain ankles.
John Boyle.
Yeah, Pete, you talked a couple times about this not looking familiar, not kind of being the type of game used to it. Messaging-wise, what do you need to do to get back where you want?
Well, we got to make sure that we can adjust to it. These guys didn't even try to run the football today. We didn't expect that to happen. We didn't think they would just totally abandon the running game, and we had a real nice plan if they were going to run it. We have to be able to adapt better to make sure that we can turn it around faster. If we turn the ball over 4 times, it's going to be a hard day. And I don't know what the scores were, but I think they scored every time we turned it over, and that just adds to a day when you're already struggling a little bit, and that's enough to make a game look like that. So we didn't play well together today, and we have to. And what we do know is that. There's a long season. We're at the halfway point. We have a lot of football ahead of us, and we have a lot of stuff that we can do well, and we need to keep emphasizing that stuff and clean up the other stuff. We're going to hang together. We're going to point the finger. We're not going to be calling anybody out. We're going to stay together, stay tight, and turn it back around again. You do this 1 week at a time, and we got to bounce back this week. It's the Rams this week, and we got to get cranked up to go get that done, and we'll turn our focus to it as soon as we get on the plane. So that's the way it is.
Maz Vida.
Yeah, Pete, with so many guys that came back this game, does it take a game or so to kind of get everybody in the same system? And is that why you're kind of excited to go look at that film and see?
Well, yeah, really, Miles. If you think about it, that's a month since maybe it's 5 weeks. I don't know what it is since Jamal played. There's room for he's only practiced 1 week in 1 day, so that he'll just get better. I'm saying like he didn't play well. He was playing his butt off, and he was busting his tail all over the place. He may have played a great game. I don't know that yet, but that's why we watched the film. But it only makes sense. Carlos showed up Wednesday, and here we go. And so that's just there's some growing pains in here. There's some getting back to kicking the rust off and all that kind of stuff that I was hoping that we would play through. I think there's just issues about that. That means you're playing with a guy that you haven't talked to before, haven't communicated with, and we have to get our focus really tight and all that. It just takes some time. So I'm not really. I know you guys are. You are where you are right now. We're going to make some really good moves here, and we're going to make some progress, and we're going to get back on track like we need to, and fit together with our offense like we need to, and the offense got to help us out too on defense. And so that's how this works, And so that's what we'll be focusing on. We won't stop fighting for it until we get it done.
Curtis.
Yeah, Pete, first of all, thoughts on Jaron Reed's game. He has 3 sacks, and then is he okay? We saw he left the game there late.
Yeah, I didn't see him on the injury list, so I don't know what happened there. Obviously everybody was clawing and scratching out there, and he's as tough as they come. And I'm glad that he was able to get some numbers today.